Welcome, everyone. This is the Historical Preservation Commission meeting for October. We'll do the roll call.
Joe Chappell.
Present.
James Hensley.
Here.
Aaron Brown. Absent. Patrick Kerr.
Here. Valerie
Duncan. Absent. Adam Ropp.
Present.
And Lynn Billadu. I know he said he was going to be late, but he's absent right now. But we do have a quorum to continue.
We'll start with public comment. Any public comment? Approval of the minutes from September.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
I'm sorry, who was the second?
James.
Okay, Joe
Yes.
Chappell.
Yes.
James Hensley.
Yes.
Patrick Kerr.
Yes.
Adam Ropp.
Yes.
All right, 4-0.
Next item on the agenda is application 19-018, discussion and potential action on a request for a certificate of appropriateness for the construction of a new home for the property located at 314 South 2nd Street. Staff report, please.
Thank you. This is the same property as most of you may remember that we had at the previous meeting. They had the approval for the demolition of the home. They have actually since got the demo permit and demolished the home, so it sits as a vacant lot. At that meeting, the commission had given a direction to the applicant on the type of home that they felt was appropriate for that era. I was not able to provide it in the packet, but the handouts that are given to you, that is a proposed rendering. It has the basically black and white site plan, but also a 3D rendering of the proposed home. And again, if you remember right, it was included in the packet that attachment 12 was the example that the commission had given to the applicant. I just wanted to add, as I said, that the conditions, there were conditions on that demolition. As I indicated, the demolition permit was obtained within the 30 days, and in fact, the home itself is now gone. So they're working on step 2, which is getting the building permit, which they were required to get within 60 days. And if they did not, then they'd have to have the lot basically to meet Section 21 of the Historic Preservation Ordinance. So with that, I'll give it back to the commission for any discussion. I do want to add the applicant was not able to be here. He's out of town. However, he does have a representative here in the audience if you have any questions.
Who's the representative?
Me.
What's your name?
Jan Crockett.
Thank you, Jan. Any discussion?
I do. I think the. Oh, I thought you literally would like stop talking. And I was like, oh. I guess the structure and the framing of the house looks historical. I mean, and pretty honorably close to the picture they gave us. I do wonder though, it looks like the roof though, is that metal?
Yes, it looks to be a metal, and that's not period
Right.
correct.
No, it
Won't be metal. I mean, that's the only thing I see on it.
I don't know.
Jan,
Yeah, I was going to say,
you have to come up.
yeah, if you can come up to the, thank you.
I'm Jan Crockett. I know that Elijah has been communicating with Dan, and did he mention to you the roof line was going to be the pitch was going to be a little higher than that?
Like in the original photo?
Yeah.
This is an actual, it looks like a magazine picture, but it's the architect.
Yeah, 3D
Now-
rendering.
That one,
This was just the inspiration.
that's the inspiration. This is the actual, they're working with an architect.
And I think,
But the pitch will go up a little
right,
bit
because
more.
I think
Okay.
in the actual black and white that came up, the site plan,
Does it
the
show
actual
that?
pitch of the home right there,
There it is.
that
Yeah.
one shows it higher. So yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
probably the actual
I
pitch
think
of the
it'll look
roof.
better
Yeah.
too with
Yeah.
the higher pitch.
Yeah.
Is that it?
You know
Just-
what square footage is on that house?
Did he tell you?
Oh, yeah, it's roughly 1,400 square feet.
Right.
Well, that's a big house, okay.
Yeah, just the roof looks like it's shingle, but the awning over the porch is like a metal,
It'll be shingled.
oh,
I'll tell you
that's all
that.
the,
Yeah, and we'll make sure of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my only, unless somebody else does.
Oh, I noticed that too. Anything else on this?
Are these leaves,
Oh, there it is.
period,
I think so.
And the pumpkin.
Now,
and the,
They have a very creative architect.
yeah, I don't-
Yeah.
So can I get a motion?
so moved to approve.
Right, Hensley.
A second?
second,
Second on Rob, all right. Joe Chappell,
Abstain.
James Hensley,
Yes.
Patrick Kerr,
Yes.
Adam Ropp,
yes.
still passes 3-1. All right.
Next item on the agenda is application 19-024, discussion and potential action on the request for a certificate of appropriateness for the demolition of a 456 square foot addition on the rear of a general resource building located at 318 South Division. Staff report, please.
Thank you. Yeah, just as you indicated, this is for a demolition of a rear portion. As it was noted, the important part is this is a general resource building built in the 1950s, so we're not dealing with a contributing resource. You'll see pictures that were provided in the packet as well as what's up on the screen is it's pretty well a unusable area. And there was an aerial too, just to give a better idea of the area that was going to be demolished. And again, it's just the very rear that's about 456 square feet. Staff did not see any issue with the application and would recommend approval.
Discussion?
Oh, what do you plan on doing in that spot again? Haven't decided yet. I hate seeing red brick go, but it's not.
I didn't
The
even
front
know
of
it was
your,
back there.
yeah, and the front of it I think says like 47 or something. So I mean, it's not a period building, right?
Right, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
it's a
That's what I said,
50, yeah.
general resource. Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Anybody else got anything? Can I get a motion, please?
Yeah, the motion. I will.
Second.
Second by Hensley. All right, Joe Chappell,
Abstain.
James Hensley,
Yes.
Patrick Kerr,
Yes.
Adam Ropp.
Yes.
All right, pass 3-1.
I'm gonna ask you for that red brick.
What's that?
I'm gonna ask you for that red.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's a question. What are you gonna do with all that brick?
I'm gonna make a deal.
Can we have a motion on that?
Oh man.
He was selling them at the Bluegrass Festival.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Had them auctioned.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Next item is
auction.
application 19-025, discussion and potential action on a request for a certificate of appropriateness for the new First Capital Game and Collectibles window signage for a building located at 116 West Oklahoma. Staff report, please.
Thank you. As indicated, this is for signage. This is a good thing because it's currently a vacant building that now is going to have a new business in it. And if I remember right, he's from down south some, so he's actually moving up here to Guthrie to have his business. Oh, back too. Oh, there he goes. He originally from, so I apologize. But anyway, as it had in your packet, it's for window signage. You will see in your packet the measurements, and when the measurements were done, they were right at the 30%, where it was only a third of each of the windows. Staff felt that the font in that was appropriate and not out of line with other stuff in the area. So with that, staff would recommend approval as submitted.
Discussion?
I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, I do too.
I love this logo. Who did it?
Bet-
Oh, well, it looks great. I wish everybody would have this kind
yeah,
of feel
I mean,
to it.
It's one of the best we've
Yeah, I like
seen
it.
in a while.
It is, it's very nice.
Thanks.
Motion to approve.
Oh, wait.
I have a motion to approve. Can I get a second?
Another second. I'm good at
James
seconding
seconds.
tonight.
James seconds, all right. So, Joe Chappell,
Yes.
James Hensley,
Yes.
Patrick Kerr,
Yes.
and Lynn Bilodeau is here,
Yes.
and Adam Ropp.
Yes.
So that one is 5-0.
Next item on the agenda, discussion of potential action on an amendment to the Guthrie Historical Preservation Ordinance, sign guidelines, recommended sign types to allow for open or welcome flags. Staff comment, please.
Thank you. And again, at the last meeting, or we had the workshop, and one of the things that came out of the workshop was to basically codify, they had already been being used, the open flags that we see throughout the downtown. Also, it was mentioned that that would be the only type of flags that would be desired. The other type of vertical banners, feather flags, whatever you want to call them, would not. So as I had submitted a draft ordinance to codify, if you want to say, the freestanding flags, so it would be within the recommended sign types of the Historic Preservation Ordinance, and it would be under freestanding flags allowed. And I did notice at least there was one business that had a welcome. I didn't think that was inappropriate, so that's why I worded it as open or welcome. In that, just in the event somebody wanted to have the welcome. So as it would be, one stipulation would be that it would be only horizontal flags with the single word open or welcome would be allowed. Any other type of flags, feather flags, freestanding, vertical or horizontal banners, etc., would be prohibited. The flags may be attached to the building or a pole erected in the sidewalk. All flags erected in the sidewalk area shall be placed in a manner to not impede the pedestrian travel. The third one would be only one flag per ground floor business is allowed. The maximum size of the flag shall be, or shall not exceed 36 inches by 60 inches, which is basically a 3x5 flag, which I did verify is pretty much the size of what's out there, so it won't put anybody in non-compliance. And then finally, the flag design and colors are limited to a red stripe on top, a blue stripe on the bottom, and a white stripe in the middle. And if you, with your guys' recommendation, then this would go to City Council for their approval. It'll probably go to the first council meeting in November.
Any discussion?
I have a question of why does it go to city council?
Because any ordinances are city council approval, because just like the Historic Preservation Commission, just like the Planning Commission, your recommendation body when there's any type of ordinances or changes to the codes, yeah, your recommendation body.
Yeah, we can't create ordinance.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
We can only recommend.
Yep.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
I'm moved to accept.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I second.
Okay, and that was Hensley, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Joe Chappell,
Yes.
James Hensley,
Yes.
Patrick Kerr,
Yes.
Adam Ropp,
Yes.
Lynn Bilodeau.
Yes.
All right.
Staff comments.
None, thank you.
Any comments from the commissioners?
I don't want another meeting like last time.
Ever.
I like the 3-hour ones.
Ever.
Keeps you guys on
The
your
3-hour ones are great, yeah.
I got chewed out over that one.
In that case, thank you, gentlemen, very much for your time. Thank you to the public. We